This presentation is focused on Triple P and token economies. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get started. Triple P stands for the Positive Parenting Program, which is a worldwide initiative to empower parents in building successful relationships with their children. It was developed in 2001 in order to provide support for parents as the prevalence of behavior challenges grew worldwide. Triple P can be used for any family with children 0 to 16 years old and has a variety of intensity levels depending on the needs of the family. It focuses on teaching parents skills and strategies to support them with their family lives and focuses on helping them build independence with doing that. Triple P actually aligns pretty neatly with OT principles like building collaborative relationships with parents, promoting independence and problem solving, and focus on evidence-based practice and parent goals. It fits very neatly with OT approach, so it would work well for us.
Token economies are an ABA-based intervention that have been utilized to encourage children to engage in certain behaviors while avoiding others. They have been proven to help in reducing disruptive behaviors and encouraging the development of other skills such as emotional regulation, self-help, or transitioning. Token economies are usually utilized in children from 3 years to 17 years old. However, the child should understand the basic function of the token economy, understanding how tokens are earned or lost, and why tokens are earned or lost. A token economy is implemented by first identifying the skill that the parent and child would like to work/improve on. From there, it's crucial that the therapist and parent decide on what the tokens are going to be or what they're going to look like. From there, they decide what specific criteria the child must meet to earn a token. So explicitly stating what the child needs to be doing to earn a token. From there, they will decide how many tokens will be needed to earn what is called the backup reinforcer. So our tokens are acting as our primary reinforcer. Our child does something good, they get a token. Our backup reinforcer is what the child can redeem these tokens for. So it can be anything that your child really loves. So it could be something as simple as playing with toys, going outside, to playing on an iPad, just something that will really motivate your child to participate in the activity that you would like them to participate in. So now that we have our backup reinforcer that encourages our child to participate, we can begin to implement the system. And because of the adaptability of token economies, the system can be modified in complexity to fit the needs of the child. Now for this intervention, we have chosen to use the model of human occupation theory in order to address the parent's volition for change for their family's life.
The following skit is a week after the previous meeting, which was held for the purpose of gathering the occupational profile. The occupational therapist and parent of the child discussed the child's condition, which is ADHD, where the child struggles focusing and dislikes being redirected, which was reported by the parent to have caused a breakdown of trust. Therefore, the parent goal area was identified as wanting to rebuild this trust. The academic goal area was centered around being able to focus for longer periods of time during schoolwork. The child's interest areas were also identified, which were dinosaurs and video time.
Hi, James. Good to see you again. Thanks for inviting me into your home. How are you doing today? How was the weekend?
I'm doing pretty well. The weekend was good. There was some challenging parts of it. Rachel had a couple assignments that she brought home from school, and we tried to sit down and really work on those together, but she just kept getting too distracted by other stuff, and even with like all my encouragement and stuff, I just couldn't get her to sit down and do them. So that was a bit challenging. So we ended up just going like to the park for an hour or so, and then
All right. And I know as the week got started, we really wanted to focus on building her attention span, getting her to be able to sit and focus on her work for longer periods of time, right?
Yeah, correct.
So to do that, we were talking last week about token economies. And to quickly recap, since I know we discussed it in length last week, essentially, she does what you want, you make an agreement, and you give her a token for that thing. But if you recall, like those tokens don't mean anything unless they're tied to something that Rachel wants. So remind me, what does Rachel like to do with her free time?
Right now, it's been like she really likes to play with like her dinosaur plushie, or she really likes to sit down with her iPad for 10 to 15 minutes and watch videos and play games and stuff like that.
Awesome. And it's actually good that she has more than one thing, because giving her a choice of what she can spend those tokens on gives her more ownership over the program and gets her to more buy into it more.
Gotcha.
So I know, as we talked about with Triple P and improving the parenting style and the relationship that you have with her, one of your goals was building trust, because she doesn't necessarily trust you when you tell her that you're going to do something. So that's another thing that token economies can do really well, is every time you do one of these tokens and she spends one of those tokens, it's an agreement between the two of you. And you give it to her, okay, that's building trust. She did the thing, you give her a token, building trust. Then when she spends the token and gets to do what she wants, that's also building trust. So it's just a bunch of little interactions that you build between the two of you that will help improve that relationship between the two of you.
Gotcha. I'm excited to try it and see how it works. So.
All right, so we're gonna check in later this week. Go ahead and introduce it to her today when she brings home some schoolwork, and we'll check in later this week and see how it goes.
Cool, appreciate it, thank you. All right, Rachel, are you ready to do some of your homework?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you remember when Adam came over to our house the other day and talked to us about what he does and how we can work together to do your homework better?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we were talking, Adam introduced me to these tokens. And these tokens aren't really special by themselves because they're just pieces of paper with a star on them. But what you can earn with these tokens is much better. So, Rachel, if you get one of these tokens, you can spend 5 minutes doing whatever you want. So, what do you want to work towards today? What do you want to earn? Do you want to earn maybe some time playing with your dinosaur plushies, or maybe some time on the iPad? What sounds good?
Probably my dinosaur plushies.
Dinosaurs? Okay, so one token will get you 5 minutes of playing with your dinosaur plushies, okay?
Okay.
Okay, but so how you earn these is you have to spend 5 minutes working through your homework assignment, okay?
Okay.
But Rachel, if you do not spend the whole 5 minutes working on your assignment, if you get distracted by something, I can't give you the token. And so you have to work for longer and you don't get a break to play with your plushie, okay?
Okay.
So after the 5 minutes has gone by, I'll give you a token if you have done your work for the whole time, and you can decide whether or not you want to keep working on your homework or if you want to take a break and play with your plushie, okay? So, do you want to set him up here and we can get started on your homework?
Okay.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's go ahead and start.
All right, James, it's been a couple days. How's it gone?
Yeah, I was actually really surprised by the amount of progress we made this week. After you left, I introduced the token economy to Rachel. We decided in just having these little pieces of paper that have like a star in the middle, that was our tokens. And I was a little bit nervous at first kind of introducing the whole thing because I was worried that she wouldn't really see the value of the token. But as time went on and she worked on her assignment for 5 minutes and she was given a token, and then she used that token to spend time on her iPad, she was like, whoa, like I really see the value of this token now. Like I really want to start working towards that. And so as the week progressed, she was actually like excited to come home and sit down and do her work so she could get those tokens to spend time doing what she really wanted to do. So I was, like I said, really surprised by the amount of progress. She ended up doing all the rest of her assignments for this week, which was, yeah, really great. And I know we had talked about kind of my goal for this whole thing was to really start restoring that trust bond between Rachel and I. And I think it did do that because I could trust that she was going to sit down and do her work. She could trust that I was going to give her that time to do what she wants. And so it was really a great week.
And you could probably even see it in progress from the beginning of the week to now, where she was hesitant about it, skeptical about it, and then later in the week she was really eager to start doing it.
Exactly.
So that's great to hear. And that's another thing about the token economies is that you eventually want to be able to do this without any outside support.
Yeah.
So token economies is just one system that can be updated and adapted depending on whatever Rachel is interested in at the time.
Okay.
So now it's dinosaurs in the iPad, it might be sports later, it might be hanging out with friends, and the token economy can stay the same, she just spends it on her interests.
Gotcha.
So it can be something that you keep in your pocket and use whenever you are trying to make her an agreement with her and get her to do something like her schoolwork.
That's awesome. I really appreciate it. Am I able to increase the number of tokens that she is required to like receive and trade in for tasks? So like, say she wanted to go out for 2 hours with friends, could I increase the number of tokens to, I don't know, 20
Absolutely,
or so?
it's an exchange that you build together as long as you discuss that with her and she agrees with it.
Okay.
Because an unreasonable request is an unreasonable request, and she, even though she's young, will be able to identify that. So absolutely, it can be adjusted, changed out, and as she gets older and obviously more competent at sitting still and focusing on her work, the requirements can change. Now instead of 5 minutes, sitting for 10 minutes and doing your work. Instead of 10, sitting for 15. Just increasing that as she gets more capable.
Gotcha. Well, like I said, I really appreciate it. We were able to see a lot of progress this week, so thank you for introducing us to this token economy and also like the triple P, the parenting goals and stuff. I think that really made a big difference.
Excellent. Next week, we'll focus on one of your other goals as far as building a relationship with Rachel.
Appreciate it. Thank you.